Hello guys, my name is Zubenathi Mkondo and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are here for the first time, honey, you are welcome. To become part of the family, it's quite simple. Just click that word that says subscribe. Just click it and you're part of the family. And if you are here and you're a returning subscriber, yay, guys. Situa. 2 episodes, we are doing work/opportunities abroad, which is a series where we try to bridge the gap between South Africans or Africans that have always wanted the opportunity to work or go abroad but never knew how to get these opportunities or how to go about them, So, honey, relax, we're here for you. So basically, this is the 3rd episode and we are featuring Khanyisile Faku, who has worked in Korea teaching English. Basically, if you are interested in that route of teaching English in Korea or China, please carry on watching this video as we are about to plug you on what you need to do. Hi, Khanyisile. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So, as you know, I've briefed you before that you are here on our series. So, we're on the 3rd episode now of work/opportunities abroad, ne? And I have brought you on the segment of teaching actually. So, I've done the singing part, the musicians part. So now with teaching English, if I am correct, in China.
Mhm. Well,
Is it Korea, China,
Korea.
Korea, ne? Yes,
Yeah,
thank you
Korea.
so much for that. So I think let's just start with introductions, man. Who is Khanyisile? Like for people just to get to know you, just a brief introduction of who you are before we can get to the crux of what we're here for.
Well, my name is Khanyisile Faku. I am 26 years old. I have been born and bred in PE, so I've spent most of my life in PE.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm just a PE girl. I studied music. I did my diploma in music, and I'm also currently studying my bachelor's. So yeah, I'm just, hustling and pushing through.
Wow. Okay. That is really, really interesting. Like the fact that you studied music and now you went to go teach English in China. I think now let's get to how did you actually get to go to China? Take us on that journey of how did you get to go to Korea, sorry, and teach English. How did you get that opportunity? Did you just wake up and be like, ooh, let me just go and teach English in China, and just that process of how you actually got that opportunity in your own journey.
Well, with me, I did my diploma in music,
Okay.
and after my 3 years, I was planning to study further. But I think with me is that I was so tired of being in PE. PE is really small, like everyone knows everyone, and I needed like a break. I wanted to get out. I wanted to just explore and, just see what the world is like. So after I completed my diploma, I applied for a TOEFL course. I
TESOL,
heard about
TESOL.
TOEFL or TOEFL or TESOL,
Okay.
more or less the same.
Mm.
And I heard about the TOEFL course. I did some research on it. I looked for the venue where the classes are held,
Mm.
and it was in Summerstrand. It's near Radisson Hotel, just the street after. And I
Mhm.
went there and I asked them what are the requirements, and then I think you have to do like a grammar test and an grammar English test.
Okay.
And I passed, and then I was accepted to start the course. And so I did my TOEFL course for 4 weeks. And yeah, so when I did the course, they introduced me to different programs in China, because my original plan was China. Korea was not even part of my plan. But
Okay.
because I had a diploma at the time, I could only apply for a teaching job in Korea, which is
Okay.
called the Talk program, which is called Teach and Learn in Korea. So basically, with Talk, you have the opportunity to teach English in South Korea for two
Okay.
years without a degree.
Oh.
So it's also a smart way for those people that don't have any money to study further, that you can actually go there and work and earn a salary, to further on your studies. So I heard about the talk program, I researched it, I, watched videos on YouTube, and I was like, wow, this is actually good. You actually get to work for 15 hours a week, 60 hours a month. So basically you have more time for yourself. So can
Mm.
yeah, 15 hours a week, maybe 3 hours a day, and then you go home and you have
Wow.
time.
Mm.
So I looked at this and I was like, I really want to do this. How do I apply? And there are two ways of applying. You can either apply through a program called Gold Key Education, or you can just simply do the application process on your own. So I just decided to do it on my own. I would email the companies and ask them like just to be sure about the documents, because Korea is very strict on documentation and I wanted to make sure that everything was authentic. And yeah, I went to Korea and that's how I got there. And then whilst I was in Korea, I decided to study because I
Okay.
had time on my hands. I wanted to
Mm.
use my time. So yeah, that's how I got the opportunity to get to go to Korea. Um, but in most cases, the teaching jobs abroad, particularly in China and Korea, do require you to have a bachelor's degree. But for
Okay.
those who don't have it at the moment, they can still apply for jobs like in Korea, because I see there's also a lot of South Africans that were in my program that I met that don't have their degree, that have their diplomas. And yeah, it's such a nice opportunity, it's instead of just waiting for another 3 or 4 years, you can do it
Mm.
while time. So yeah, it was an absolutely amazing opportunity for me. I really enjoyed it.
Wow. Wow. I think I just want to dive into more of you talked about having a degree and a diploma and whatnot. So if someone doesn't have an undergrad, they won't be able to get the opportunity. That's basically what you're saying.
Yeah, so if you currently are in the second year of your undergrad, or if you have a 3-year diploma, then
Mm.
you are eligible for the job. But if you have neither, then obviously you won't be able to get the opportunity. But I know that for China, specifically, China requires you to have a bachelor's degree, because there was a time in China where they used to accept people that didn't have a degree, but
Mm.
because now the policies have changed and things are becoming more and more strict, they want people to have a bachelor's degree.
Mm.
And yeah, so I looked into that and I was like, oh, I'm not going to make it. So I looked into Korea. So it's also good because if you go there while you don't have your degree in Korea, you can still, come back home, finish your studies, and go back, and you have a better chance of getting a better job that pays more because you have experience.
Okay.
So it
Yeah.
actually helps, yeah. So for me, it helps because I can still apply for another job in Korea once I'm done, and yeah, I can go back because I've worked for the Korean government and they recognize you. So it's always a benefit.
Wow. Okay. Do you need to have a diploma or degree in a specific course, or can it be any course?
It can be any course as long as you have like for me, I did music. I never thought I would teach English. I
Mm,
mean, it doesn't have to be in education, but obviously there are perks if you do have a teaching degree in education, but it can be a degree in science or fashion. If you have any degree, you are able to go to China or Korea. If you have a diploma, like I had a diploma in music and I still went. So yeah.
okay. So now, yes, going back to our previous question, what can a person do to get this opportunity? They're saying, can you see, I have got a diploma or I have got a degree right now. What else do I need to do? Is there another course that I need to? You spoke about TESOL. If I'm correct with TESOL, um, do they have to go through that route, or they can just apply? So just practical steps that you can come up with that someone can take after watching this video. What can they do?
Well, a TEFL course, to be honest with you, is not actually necessary, but it's always a good add-on to have. I did TEFL course because I didn't know how to go about teaching English abroad. So me attending my, TEFL course was like a gateway for me to see, okay, I can actually do this because I had no idea how to go about it, and also
Mm.
with the number of scams that are happening, you don't know if it's legit or not. So, but now there's like for example, I know there's a website called Craigslist where you don't necessarily need to have a TEFL um, in order for you to apply for the job, as long as you have your bachelor's degree and you have your criminal record check. All of those documents need to be apostilled, and you need just like certain documents for your visa. So that is the only thing that you basically need to apply for a job, as long as you've got your TEFL, sorry, not your TEFL, your bachelor's degree, your criminal record check, and maybe if you're South African, they'll ask you for your tax certificate. It's for purposes that you would need depending on which country you're going. But yeah, TEFL certificate is just an add-on. It's not actually a necessary document that you need.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Now, do you know of any place or website, or do they have to go through an agency where they can actually apply? Like, where do they apply?
There's a lot of agencies. I know there's an agency called Gold Key Education. That was the agency that I like looked up. There is Craigslist. Craigslist, you can look for teaching jobs in China. There is I don't know if you're familiar, but there's another website called Serious Teachers, where you create a profile and you upload your name and your details, your bachelor's degree, and then a short description about yourself.
Hmm.
And basically, you can specify which country you want to go to, and then you get like these alerts or these notifications where there's jobs maybe in Japan or Taiwan or wherever you want to go, and then you just apply for the position. There is also, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Dave's ESL Cafe. They've also
Okay.
got good jobs there. Yeah, there's just a lot of websites that people can check, as long as you are, calling the agency just to check if it's authentic, because
Yes.
you don't know what you're gonna see until you get to the other side. So you've really got to
Yes.
be sure. Yeah.
Okay. I think last question now is did you have to pay for your transportation, or does the agency pay for you, or yeah, cost wise? Because I feel like someone is asking, okay, I've got all these things, I'm gonna do these things, but I don't really have the money, or at least I need to know how much I need to save in order to get there. Is there a cost that is involved in terms of traveling to Korea?
Yes, there is a cost, but it depends on where you're applying because in some cases, the country that you're applying for does pay for your flight, or
Okay.
you have to pay for the flight and then maybe after a few months they refund you. So with me, I obviously had to pay for everything. I paid for my flight, and 6 months after I arrived in Korea, my money was reimbursed. So
Wow.
it just where you're applying. But usually they do pay for you, but sometimes you'll be the person paying and then later on they'll refund you. So it just depends on where you're applying.
Which actually does make total sense because they need to know that you're actually coming and you're going
Mm.
to be doing the job before they can like give you the money or like pay for your flight.
Advice is to do research about the country that you're going to so that you are sort of aware of what you're going to discover on the other side. I think all of us get a culture shock. I think it's better to do research and be ready, of what you're going to expect. That's my only advice.
Thank you so much. So, guys, that was Khanyisile Faku. And yeah, she brought you guys all the information that you need to know. So, thank you guys for watching. I'll definitely link down below everything that you need and everything that Khanyisile mentioned. I will link down below and even in the description box. Don't forget to also follow her on her social media platforms, which I'll also link throughout this whole video. Thank you so much, guys. Bye.